Welcome to the Power of Offense with Keith and Rodney, and I'm your host, Big Keith. This video is in response to a video that was completed by Mr. Fantastic 2 days ago, and it's the video that you see on your screen that is called Remember Who Clipped Your, featuring Boris Kojo. Now, before I play this video, or the clip that I'm going to play from the video, let me say this, that I am a fan of yours, Mr. Fantastic. I think you have some awesome material on YouTube, some classics. I always appreciate brothers like you who are logical thinkers and who are reasonable in their thought process. So much appreciation to you, brother. Just to give all of my listeners some background, this particular show, I actually logged into my Streamlabs to join in, and Mr. Fantastic did call me up, but I couldn't respond because I had a ton of noise in the background. I actually was doing some yard work. I was trying to get it in before it rained, and the timing was just off. It was just bad timing. So hopefully the next time Mr. Fantastic has a show, hopefully I'm able to get on the show and we can chop it up. We'll be having some awesome discussions. Now, let me play this clip of the video. Now, I'm going to say this, Mr. Fantastic. I agree with everything you said on here, brother, except for this small portion that I'm about to play. I take exception to it, and I want to challenge your talking points with this. So that's what I'm doing right here, okay?
She fed off the shit. It's her life force. It's her life source. So, marriage is the ultimate clipping of the nuts of
okay.
any.
Oh shit, that's funny as shit. That is so true. Speaking from a married man to another married man, that is true. Marriage is the clipping of a man's nuts. Agreed, bro. All right, just play on.
Every man, but especially the black man, because again, what? The black woman already has control of your demographic. Already. So you couple that with, you give her literal power, legal power over you, because again, regardless of prenups, we seen with KG, prenups ain't no good. We seen with plenty of these celebrity niggas, prenups are purposeless.
All right, I want to stop right there. I take exception to what you said right here, in part. And the reason why I'm saying that is that prenups can be effective. Now, of course, there's ways to be prenups where they can be effective. Now, I'm going to do a 5-part series to this. This is the first video of the series that I'm going to do, responding or giving my response to this short clip that I'm playing of what you said, Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to send it to you, bro, and I hope you listen to it. You know what I mean? And again, I hope we're able to chop it up at some point and we can actually talk about this live. But prenups can be beat, but you can also have an effective prenup that is airtight, and I'm going to cover both of those, okay? So I take exception to that, bro.
Because like, shout out to all the brothers that told me this. All you got to say now is, hey, it was signed in duress.
Let me stop right there. That is true. Now, duress is a affirmative defense against a prenup. It is a defense, and your wife could possibly win if she can prove that she was under duress when she signed the prenup. But again, that's something that we're going to address in the upcoming videos.
Give any alleged occurrences of abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse.
Now let me stop right there. What you just said as far as abuse is something that I'm not familiar with. However, I'm going to research that. As far as my knowledge, you can't get out of a prenup alleging abuse. So I'm gonna provide facts to support what I'm saying because I believe I'm right. Again, I'm researching this, and that's going to be in the one of the upcoming videos that's a part of this series. So I'm challenging that also, bro. All right.
Voids any type of prenup, and most importantly, kids. You got a prenup, it don't fucking matter. You got a kid, you got a child that's going to automatically bring up child support, definitely, without a doubt, and possibly alimony. Because, hey, when the fucking prenup was made, idea of children wasn't involved, expenses of children, so on and so forth, all these other things, so on and so forth. Everybody remember Tiger Woods, right? I think Tiger Woods' wife got, what, an $80 million settlement or some shit like that. She took the 80 and ran, got up out of there. And I don't think that doesn't include child support for the children.
Let me stop right there. Now, as far as the child support, you know, and alimony, that should already be detailed within the prenup. You know, the purpose of a prenup is to have a contract that governs your relationship. So provisions for child support and alimony should already exist. You know what I mean? If it's not in there, then I would have to deem that as a bad prenup. You know what I mean? The purpose of a prenup is so you can lay out anything that may happen in the future and give the details of how you want things to be executed in the event that you want the marriage to dissolve. You know? So I'm gonna address that also.
Right? Iman Perry, nah, nigga. My shit's detachable, nigga.
All right, now that was it. That was a very short clip of a 3-hour video that I would like to respectfully challenge the talking points that you raised, Mr. Fantastic. So we want to talk about our prenups worthless. So we want to cover that. We want to cover, you know, if it's signed under distress or reasons and ways to get out of a prenup. And we're going to deal with child support and alimony, and also the alleged occurrences of abuse. So I'm going to address that in the upcoming videos that's going to follow this. Now I'm going to do a 5-part series just to give everyone a overview of how I'm going to do this. Now this is my response to Mr. Fantastic. The next video I'm going to deal with how to defeat a prenup. And then, so that will be the second video. The third video, I'm going to discuss marriage, and I'm gonna give my opinion about marriage. But I'm also going to go into American jurisprudence, and I'm gonna give the definition of the court. I think that's hugely important, and it only makes sense because we live in a society that's governed by a government, and this government is 3 parts, right? You have the legislature, which enacts laws. You have the executive, which enforces laws. And you have the judicial, which interprets laws. And whenever the legislature enacts a law, or the meaning that's given to that law is given to it by the interpretation of the court. So I'm going to deal with how the courts, right, interpret marriage. So I think that would be cool also, because I think it will open up even more conversation when Mr. Fantastic and I get on live. And the 4th video, I'm going to discuss how a prenup can be effective. I'm gonna go into that area, how to have an effective prenup. And then the last video, which will be the 5th, I'm going to discuss contracts, and I'm going to talk about the difference between a marriage license and a prenup, and why I'll probably go into why it makes sense to have a prenup. I'll probably go more into that. But that's my plan. That's our plan to lay this out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please drop a comment below. Peace.